This is a picture of Don Tolman's uncle, Richard Tolman, and one of his best friends, Albert Einstein. Richard was a professor of physics at California Technical Institute, or CalTech as it is called. These two men found out and discovered by an unusual accident that occurred in the Marysville Nuclear Energy Lab in Tennessee. Color yellow changes the energy frequency of radioactive materials in such a way that it blocks and changes the damaging wave into a safe energy pattern. They knew they had to protect themselves and other lab workers from radiation of the uranium. In testing for nuclear fission and splitting of the atom, the failed experiment, they created a 10-foot over 3 meters thick lead wall, tested it, and it didn't block anything. The radiation came right through to the Geiger counters and the radiation detecting equipment. Then, from out of nowhere, a young worker walked past the pile of uranium, and the detectors completely showed no radiation at all. Everyone thought there was an electric energy shutoff, so they shut everything down and restarted the system. But it was obvious nothing had been shut off. They couldn't figure out what happened. Finally, Richard Tolman said to get the worker that walked by, "The yellow shirt mystery." He then clarified who he wanted to come back by saying, "He was wearing a bright yellow shirt. We want to talk to him and see if he was carrying anything that may have caused this." The young man had nothing he was carrying, so Albert said, "We want you to walk past the uranium pile again if you don't mind." The worker said he would. When he walked by, all readings of the radiation stopped again. Richard said, "Can we borrow your yellow since that was the height of what was being registered?" The unbelievable result. The worker took off his shirt and said, "Sure, here you go," and walked out to go finish his tasks. It blew their minds. The color yellow stopped it. They could not measure the radiation at all. It had changed in its oscillating energy fields. Later, Einstein warned everyone that this knowledge of the color yellow would be taken from the masses. When bomb shelters were being built underground in case of nuclear war, they were all painted bright yellow inside. The hidden truth. The symbol of the bomb shelters was and is a mix of triangles that were yellow and black. To this day, every time there is a nuclear power plant meltdown, all the cleanup personnel wear bright yellow boots, pants, shirts, jackets, and helmets. Richard and Albert said, "The ability to measure the change in frequency to a safe one is so complex we cannot measure it. It may be so complex that even future technologies won't be able to do it. Even if it's ever figured out," they both warned, "beware, the powers that be may not allow it to be known. So please use the color yellow for any and all EMF presentations to the public for safety purposes." The power of yellow. It's interesting that even yellow lemon citrus has anion, not cations like all other fruits and vegetables. It is due to this cause that I have made these phone charging covers in the color yellow. I know from experience working with laboratories in neuroscience that colors do in fact have an impact on brain cells and the neurochemistry of the brain and its cognitive functions, even our emotions. Yellow is a color of happiness, joy, and even protection from the harm of EMF waves. A message to the world. Please share this information with friends and loved ones. And of course, there will be know-it-alls who will trash and bash this information. Please don't fall for it. The word academic originally meant trivia. Scholar meant those who observe out of interest, the very key to creative genius. Einstein and Richard were not academics, they were both scholars. Embrace mellow yellow. No fears, no worries, no harmful radiation. Be safe, embrace happiness and joy, even get out into the light of the yellow sun.
Oh, so you're a grandson of Einstein?
No, his
No.
uncle worked
Oh.
with Einstein.
Ah, okay. Your uncle went, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bruce's
let's
friend.
look at this couple, all yellow, and
She needs to photograph.
yeah, and actually first I noticed his shoes, and I say, because I am performing next Friday in Canggu, and I said I want to be all yellow.
Wow, that's awesome. You'll love it. You'll have to take a photo.
Yeah, I'll take a photo of
Okay.
this.
You're